You know strong imagery is a good thing, but it's unclear what exactly that means. If you're writing, it's just words, not images. But if you bring that up, people just sort of repeat its imagery. So in this video, I'll teach you what imagery actually is, what it does, and how to use it in your stories. As you write, whether it's for a script, a book, or something else, you want to paint a picture with your words. You want to make people see things in their head, and you want to make it real for them. Use striking, powerful visuals. If you have a mage, do they just throw a fireball and that's as detailed as it gets? Or does the air swirl around their palm, growing hotter until it ignites into tongues of flame, and then gather together and compress into an orb in the center of their hand? Notice how the mage hasn't even thrown the fireball yet, but the second one is still far more interesting. You're using your words, and they just seem like regular words, but it forces the person to see it in their head, and the actual letters become a picture in and of themselves. With imagery and striking visuals, you're trying to make the reader feel like they're actually experiencing it firsthand, like they're actually living through this moment. A good goal to have is to give them that sort of ASMR feeling, or that tingle that somebody gets at the best part of their new favorite song. To really ground them in it, you're going to want to make them care about your characters and have an emotional bond with them. Imagery isn't just for tangible or visible things. For example, if your character is holding somebody as they die, they would most likely be able to feel that their heartbeat is a lot weaker and probably slower than usual, maybe even shallower than usual, if they're holding them real close and they're able to feel it. Even after somebody goes limp, the heart will beat a couple times more, and then their brain is still active for a few seconds after that, and they can still hear for a few seconds after the heart stops. So, what does your character say or do in this last final moment? The imagery and the picture you paint can be emotional and thought-based. It doesn't have to be physical by any means at all. Another example of imagery would be if your character gets clawed in the face and those claws pass through skin and muscle with ease, grinding off of the bone underneath, leaving deep gouges in their skull and marking them for life. The last example I want to use is, let's say somebody's caught in a house fire and it's an absolute blaze. It's so bright they have to squint. They feel the flames scorching their skin, singeing some of their hairs and whatnot. Even if they're like not in the fire itself, they can probably feel the vibrations of the roaring flames and the crackling and popping of the wood. And they probably feel what the smoke is like on the inside of their lungs. To recap, imagery is when you paint a picture with your words for something tangible or intangible. It can be done with a lot of words. It could be done with just a few words. Different situations are definitely going to call for different techniques. It's used to elevate the connection your audience feels, give them a unique experience, and let them bond with your work. Let the pacing decide how much or how little of it you do. But the one thing is for sure, if you implement some of these techniques and some of this advice, it will bring your writing up to the next level. As always, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment for any questions you have down below.